What's up, everybody? It's your homegirl, Sammy Says, and I am back with a review for 1,000 Pound Roomies, episodes 2 and 3. I'm a little behind, so I'm trying to catch up. And I'm still into it. I am still intrigued. So when we pick back up at episode 2, Jazz and Nisha are still at Jazz's doctor's appointment. Jazz just got off the scale, and it says she weighs 630. She seemed like she wasn't expecting that number. I think it had been a while since she'd been weighed. So the doctor tells her that, in order for her to qualify for surgery, she needs to be down to 500 pounds. So I don't know if she gives her an amount of time to do that, maybe a couple of months or something. But while they're in the doctor's office, they're talking. Nisha's there as well. And the doctor's like, well, what about you? Are you interested? And Nisha says she's not really with the surgery idea, but she is supportive.
If Nisha decided to do this, would she have to lose weight?
This is your appointment. If I wanted to have my appointment, I would have made an appointment.
When was the last time you weighed yourself?
Like recently.
Recently?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Like 425.
425?
Mm-hmm. But I'm not with the surgery. It's something that I just never saw myself doing. I don't know. I'm just not for it. But that could be our goal together. If you have to be on a certain diet, I'll be on that diet with you. I got you.
So we fast forward to a month later, and Jazz is down 40 pounds. They show her weighing herself, and she's down 40 pounds. She's been taking the weight loss shot, a GLP-1 is what it's called. And so they have different brands, Ozempic, Wegovy. I don't even know what the other ones are, but and it seems to be helping her with her eating. It reduces the appetite.
Ooh, yes.
How much weight have you lost?
I'm down 40 pounds.
Period. Okay.
I've only lost 40 pounds. And I know it might seem like a lot, but it's not, because technically that means I still have 90 more pounds to lose. And that's a lot.
40 pounds is a lot to me. I wish I lost 40 pounds right now.
But in the meantime, they're in the house and Nisha's cooking as she always does. However, she said in the doctor's office she was going to be supportive and be cooking healthier meals. But they're making this big old breakfast with grits and eggs and bacon. And
by day 6 of taking the shot, the effects kind of wear off. So today we are planning a cheat meal.
This food look good.
Is my grits good?
They look good.
They're like, oh, well, we can have a cheat meal. And Jazz is all on board. Yeah, I want my grits. But then by the time she comes and, gives her the plate, Jazz can take 2-3 bites and she's full. And that's exactly how the shot works.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You did it how I like it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not fat for no reason. Baby know how to cook. I know doggone well you ain't full.
I'm sorry.
Jazz, I just sat up here and cooked all this food.
And trust me, I want it. I'm gonna save it.
Save it for what?
I can eat it in the morning.
Girl, you don't have to eat in the morning, noon, night, until the whole plate is gone.
Also within the parameters that the doctor gave Jazz is to try to increase her activity. And they decide to go to a water aerobics class, which is perfect. That is the perfect exercise for someone with joint issues, someone who's overweight, because that water makes you weightless, right? And so Jazz has her wheelchair. She's rolling in. She's got another cute swimsuit. And she's trying to decide how to get into the pool.
You got it. We're at water aerobics, and Jazz does not want to use the steps to get in the pool. She doesn't want to jump off the side to get in the pool. And I just don't know how she's going to get in.
Come on. Yeah, there you go. Here we go. Okay, yeah, look. Okay, you're in. Yeah.
I would have never got in that pool the way she got in that pool.
I felt like a big-ass whale woman making way in the pool.
But you chose that. There were so many other options.
What other options
You
were
had to
there?
go like this and then...
I was not thinking to be Little Mermaid.
Well, what was you thinking?
That I'm gonna die.
I will say the cameraman was shady as hell on this. If anybody watching this show has a big girl fetish, they gonna get their rocks off with this one, because all that ass jiggling in the pool in the water in slow mo. Oh yeah, that's a meat lover's dream right there.
Hold it and go. Vamos. So just start pedaling. There you go. In between, take breaks. There you go. Stop.
How far? We made it. Did you pee in the pool?
Next, we fast forward to them back at their apartment, and baby mama's back, Melinda, the friend, has kind of asked her for her help. So they're going through the snacks and just going through the fridge.
Hi, Pooh. I'm sorry. I didn't know you was coming
Hi,
over.
Nisha. How are you?
I'm sorry. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, let's see what's in the refrigerator. Girl, don't.
Oh, okay. That's from a project. Remember, for the kids. It's for the kids.
And the juice. You guys ever had almond milk before? Okay. This is healthy.
Yeah.
It's just so many ice creams. Summer is over.
It still be hot. You know, when you fat, you stay hot.
Many wontons.
That's good.
They mini so they healthy.
So how do you cook them?
We fry them.
In grease?
No, I don't.
Fry it, deep fry.
Oh, boy.
Nisha, number one, why are there donuts, brownies, cookies all laid out on the counter? I'm like, are y'all having a party? Or are you having to get together? Or why do you need several containers? And then they were out. Like, they weren't even in the containers. They was like arranged on a platter. Like, I don't know who that was for, or if that's just how they do in their house, but it was a lot.
Some of this is mine.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to eat it.
Well, we need to move it because I can't see that.
Close your eyes.
So
You
maybe
need a
we could put it
blindfold?
up in one of the cabinets or something.
Do I need to get you a blindfold?
No, I need to have healthy food for me to see.
Ideally, yes, Jazz. Resist temptation. There's always going to be temptation. You do have to learn to resist. But then also in the early stages, it is helpful to just hide that stuff or to not have it in the house. Or if you do have it in the house, and Jazz mentioned this to Nisha, can you just put it up in a cabinet? That way I can't see it. It's out of sight, out of mind. She knows not to look in that specific location. So there's a little struggle here as far as like willpower versus temptation. Nisha took her snacks to her room. Cool. Keep your chips and your brownies and stuff in your room then, but try to help at least a little bit. Be a little bit more compliant, if you will. They're getting ready to go to a family dinner. Jazz's family is having a get together, and she and Nisha are going to go, and Jazz is planning to share with them her surgery, her plans to have weight loss surgery. She's a little worried because her family has expressed in the past that they're not for the surgery, that they think it's risky. So Jazz is a little worried about what they're going to say and if they're going to be supportive. Realistically, she needs their support because she has a daughter to think about it. So if something happens to her, she's going to need them to help take care of Nana. And in order to prepare for going to dinner, Nisha suggests that they go and get their hair done. And so they go to the salon. Again, for Jazz, this is the first time that she's been to a salon in many years. And she, of course, there's that social anxiety about the logistics. Am I going to fit in a chair? So that was the biggest thing. So they get a ride there. Nisha's car is down. And so she calls Joel, who is her situationship. They apparently have been off and on for about 19 years. And Nisha seems content for the moment with where they are. And so does he.
And me and Joel, we're friends. But sometimes we do participate in adult activities.
I would say that our relationship is complicated because the time's usually never been right. Either she's dating someone, I'm dating someone, but we hang out, we always have cool vibes, and we enjoy each other's company.
It's going on probably like 19 or 20 years now. I love him, but I also love him enough to be okay with him being in love with somebody else. We're happy.
So
We're very happy.
they're not. So let them do their thing and just.
They go to the salon, they get their hair done. Jazz is able to fit in the chair, hooray, and they get their hair done. They do show a little bit about Nisha. She works with her mom. So her mom has the in-home daycare. Nisha was trained as a makeup artist, but the physical demands of that became too much. And so she works with her mom, which is fortunate. She's really good with the kids. She's got that personality that the kids all love her. She's fun. But it is tough for her working with her mom daily because of their strained relationship due to her upbringing. Nisha still has some resentment around her mom for raising her in that cult.
Yeah, how's everything going at home with Jazz?
It's going good. Jazz asked me to go with her to her family's Sunday dinner to tell her family about her weight loss
So
surgery.
you don't think they'll be happy for her after all this time?
I want to be there and I want to support her telling her family, but at the same time, I'm not trying to go to nobody's church service or...
So you think it's going to be a church service?
Yeah, because usually I feel like Sunday dinner always lead into some kind of worship.
And what's wrong with that? Are you mad at the church? Are you mad at God? Who are you mad at?
I'm not mad at God because God didn't do anything. I'm mad at the church. I'm mad at religion. I'm mad at the people inside the church. Every time we have the conversation about church, it doesn't always go well. I wish my mom took ownership and understood where I was coming from. What she does is she makes it a me problem and say that, the whole cult situation, she's like, oh, well, that's how you feel. You get what I'm saying? But she was the one who decided to, join the church before I was even born. And she chose to raise me there. So that's definitely a major strain in our relationship.
And the mom's just like, look, you need to get over it. I did. You need to get over the church hurt and kind of just deflecting. So they finally get to the dinner with Jazz's family. During the dinner, they get ready to eat. They sit down at the table and the granny asks Nisha to bless the food. Common practice, right? Except Nisha is not, her relationship with God, her relationship with church, spirituality, it's still in the works. It's still up in the air. It still very much gives her grief and gives her a sense of turmoil, dread. So she was dreading even coming to the dinner because she was worried that there would be some spiritual practices. And then lo and behold, they asked her to bless the food. So it makes her really uncomfortable. And I wish that Jazz kind of would have stepped in and been like, it's okay, Granny. Please allow me this time, or whatever. But, Granny's just like, well, it's okay, baby. Just say what's on your heart. I don't think that it's that Nisha doesn't know how to pray. She just didn't want to. She wasn't comfortable doing that. Her relationship with God and with spirituality is very personal, as is everybody's. And, I just thought it was kind of bad form for them to force her, especially if she's a guest in your home and she's showing that she's uncomfortable, but whatever. They get through it. She says,
all I'm asking is bless this bread, bless this meat, and bless my stomach for the house no eat.
Amen. And then they eat. Jazz shares her news with the family at this time that she went to the doctor and that she's wanting to have weight loss surgery and that she's taking the shot in order to help her lose some immediate weight. She's already lost 40 pounds and her family's immediately worried. They're immediately like, what about the risks? The health risks. Granny was saying that she worried that if something would happen to Jazz on the operating table and she told Jazz to go for it, that she would then feel guilty or feel like she had a hand in, taking Jazz's life. But then on the other hand, you sitting here feeding her this plate of fish, fried fish. You see this woman is 600 pounds. You're not, and struggling to get into the house. You don't feel guilty about that?
You know what? Maybe I get an extra plate because she's gonna have to have some salad and all the whole works. She needs much more than this.
Oh,
I'm hooking you up, Jazz. You think this is enough, or do I need to?
That's enough. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, don't forget your salad. You need some more extra salad too.
So it's an interesting dynamic there, right? We hear surgery or we hear the shot and It seems really drastic. Why are you doing that? If you can, her mom even said, Jazz's mom even said that, if you've already lost 40 pounds on your own, why don't you just keep doing that? Fair point. Fair point. But it's not fast enough. The surgery is going to help you lose it a little bit faster because she has so much to lose. If she only had, 50 pounds to lose, okay, point taken. But by being the fact that she's morbidly obese, has all of these joint issues, and these issues are being made worse and worse and worse the longer that this weight is on her. So at this point, they're hesitant. Everybody is kind of like, whoa, maybe you need to reconsider. So that was where episode 2 ended. Episode 3, Killing Me Softly, picks back up at dinner where it left off. And eventually the family comes around. Fast forward, we're back at the apartment and, Jazz is still taking the shot, but she's having some side effects. Nisha's noticing that her appetite has definitely decreased, which is what it's intended to do. But also Jazz is her health seems to be declining. Her attitude, her mood seems different. And she's not eating very much. I know that you're not, it decreases your activity, but you still have to eat something. So Nisha decides to make them sea moss. There's always these fad things: sea moss, acai berries, blueberries, pomegranate. There's always a new trendy health food, and sea moss is one that I've heard of. I've never tried it, but given from their reaction, I don't think I want to.
Time to celebrate. Come on, cheers.
What's with it?
No! Hell shoulda no. Nope.
Well, now I lost my appetite for the rest of the day.
Hard pass on the sea moss. They decide to go to the park. Jazz wants to just get her daughter out of the house, but because of how poorly her joints and stuff and how poorly she's been feeling, Nisha and Nisha's mom accompany them. You basically give them a ride because I don't think Jazz is able to drive. When they get there, Jazz can barely get out of the car. She just feels terrible. She's just really weak. And then also guilty because you want to take your baby out. You want your daughter to have a good childhood, a normal childhood. Nisha and her mom see her and they're concerned. They just, it's becoming more and more concerning. There's this quick scene where they go to the furniture store. Nisha and Jazz go to the furniture store. Jazz and her daughter share a room. So apparently the apartment they live in is 2-bedroom. And so Nisha has a room, and then Jazz and Nana share a room. And they share a bed. And I know how that is, sharing a bed with your kid. They sleep, you're going to get hit with a foot, a hand. And so she wants to get Nana her own bed. So they go to a furniture store. And of course, they get there and Jazz is in her wheelchair and she's kind of unable to walk the store. I don't know why they did that. It would make more sense to me to just shop online. That's what they make online shopping for. I don't know if this was a setup by production to have a scene or what, but I wasn't buying it. Buy that online. That way you can look at reviews and get the best price. Because going to a furniture store, you don't know what they're going to have in stock anyway. You're looking for something specific. So, The next scene, Nisha meets up with her friend Bree. I think it's good for Nisha to just have some alone time to have other friends and other outlet to talk and vent about Jazz with. You have to let it out.
Bree is me and Jazz's mutual friend. We've known her for a few years now, and we both love to eat. We both are fat girls. I'm excited for the food because, with Jazz taking this weight loss shot, we can't even connect on certain grooves. I cook food, I will cook food, and she can't eat it. And you know how we are in the Black community, in Black families, food is love.
Yeah.
And just seeing her be sick and not being able to finish a meal, it's what? I miss my friend, I miss my food buddy.
Food was something that she and Jazz bonded over. And you could see that it was evident in the first couple episodes. But now that Jazz's relationship to food is changing, their relationship is changing. And I think that that's a big thing with breaking a food addiction. I think people need to understand that it's an addiction first. When Jazz is trying to change that dynamic within her relationship with food, it's of course now affecting her relationship with Nisha because that was a shared addiction that they have. And so now Nisha does, you're gonna have to outsource. I'm sorry, honey.
Nisha and Jazz are both my friends, but I really want to be here in this time to support Nisha because I have struggled with my weight since I was in like the 5th grade. I love to eat. I've always loved to eat. My family hates that I love to eat because they want me to lose weight. But if she needs me to come and get burritos with her once a week or every other day, and she want to be fatty friends and food besties, I'm all for it.
Bree asked Nisha if she felt like she was a little bit jealous, seeing that Jazz has kind of made the commitment and actually making progress. And that's a fair question. But Nisha says no, that she kind of went back and forth with looking at Jazz and wondering if she herself should try and get on board with maybe taking the shot or readjusting. But then also she struggles with her own identity because who am I if I'm not the big girl?
Yes, I struggle with trying to balance wanting to be the fat girl, but also wanting to be healthy. I feel like if I lost weight, I wouldn't even know who I am.
And I understand that too. I'm telling you, when I tell y'all, I feel like this show was put on the air to speak to me. Yeah, there's so many issues that they're running into and facing. I face too. I'm dealing with currently. Later, we see Jazz on a video call with her doctor, the weight loss doctor, because of how she's feeling. She's experiencing these symptoms and she's concerned. Nisha's concerned. Jazz won't eat anything. You know, at the beginning of the scene, Nisha's like, hey, you haven't eaten today. Why don't I make you a turkey sandwich? I don't want a turkey sandwich. And I understand. I don't think Jazz is trying to be crotchety or whatever or obstinate, but it is literally, you don't want to eat. You don't want to eat. You have to make yourself eat. So she calls the doctor and the doctor confirms what I already knew and what Nisha already knew, that Jazz is malnutritioned. Is that a word? Malnourished. Jazz is malnourished.
I've been having a lot of pain. I haven't been able to fully function as far as like with walking and stuff like that. My legs are in constant pain. Some days I probably eat once a day, and I haven't been doing the protein like I should be doing.
Okay. I've told you this before. It is very important for you to take your protein and your protein supplements. You need that energy so you can move about, you can do your things.
And so the doctor says, yes, if you do not give your body, enough nutrients, it's going to start to break down. It's not going to be able to support your body, your systems, and your weight. So Jazz really needs to push the protein. The doctor even suggested that maybe she take a break from the shot for a while. But Jazz is hesitant, understandably so, because she doesn't want to slow down her momentum of her progress of losing weight. She wants to reach that goal to be able to qualify for surgery. What are you going to do? You got to do what the doctor says. You have to listen. So, it's only going to get worse. The next scene, Joel, who is Nisha's situationship, comes and puts Nana's bed together.
The furniture store was a bust. We ended up just ordering a bed online for Nana. And Nisha convinced Joe to come over and put it together. I'm thankful that the bed is getting put together, but their whole little relationship is weird.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. So what I got to put together?
Go look.
So I went over to help the ladies today with a special project, but every time I come over here, they never give me all of the details. It's like, oh, there's not much to do, and it ends up being 2 or 3 times more stuff than what they say it is. But I usually end up getting some food out of it every once in a while if I don't get in trouble.
I might give him a little cookie.
Oh, no.
Not that cookie!
Their dynamic is weird. Joel and Nisha are flirting, and Jazz is there kind of rolling her eyes like, gross. But he came through, and I guess that's enough for Nisha.
If she say it's working for her, then God darn it, it's working for her.
You know that song, Don't Save Her? She don't. I don't want to be saved. It's okay. We don't have to be in a relationship. I'm perfectly fine with that.
But they do appreciate him helping and put the bed together, and Nana loves her bed. Ooh, I know that's better sleep for both of them. In the last scene, Jazz and Nisha meet up with some of their girlfriends for dinner. Again, can we do something else besides eating? Maybe they could have went to bowling or throw some darts or play some pool or, something like that. And then, of course, we can eat while we're there. Food's, but it doesn't have to be the destination, but whatever. While they're at dinner, all the girlfriends are talking to Nisha about Joel. And they all are on the same consensus that they want better for Nisha. She deserves more.
What's going on with Joel? Because I ain't heard that name in a little
while,
huh?
Absolutely nothing. He put the bed together for us.
Okay, that's nice of him.
Wait a minute, Jazz, put that eyebrow man, girl.
It's time for you to get some new meat.
I'm open to it. It's not like I'm not open to it.
Listen, okay, we all have that one guy that we really, really, hold dear to our heart. We know that guy for Nisha is Joel. I do think it's probably keeping her from finding her real man.
Nisha should take it seriously, dating somebody else, just to see, what else is out there, because she's been comfortable with Joel. There's never been a step forward in the relationship. It's just been like the situationship. But I think she deserves more than that.
They encourage her to, have you thought about a dating profile?
You don't like dating websites?
Listen, I got a couple, I ain't gonna lie to you. So I'll be swiping on there. Listen, we can make you one right now.
Bree, what's some of the ones I could look up real quick?
Yeah, let me see.
We need a fatgirlsonly.com.
Nisha's like, well, what should I include? And should I include full body pics or face pics? Yes, always full body pics.
Okay, so are we doing headshots? Are we doing full body?
Both.
Like, really?
You gotta do full body.
Yeah, you gotta do both.
Ain't no catfishing around here. We need a man that's gonna love all of this.
Exactly.
You can't be out here being shy, because you know how you get. You put your face pictures and you get there and they be like, oh, you're bigger in person than I thought you were. And we don't want to.
So should I put on there fatter in person?
No. We'll see what happens with Nisha as far as being open to finding new relationship opportunities. Jazz is still not feeling great. And actually, while they're filming like one of the interview scenes. She gets low blood sugar and you can literally see it on her face. And when I tell y'all, I know exactly what that feels like. And the shot is a byproduct of that. If you don't eat enough, it's because the shot is first and foremost insulin. It was initially created for diabetic to manage diabetes. The weight loss and the appetite suppressant is just a side effect of that. So it's going to drop your blood sugar if, again, you aren't eating. You aren't eating enough. You aren't eating enough to give the insulin something to counteract. So, you could see it on her face. She kind of she goes. It's like it glazes over. And it's her blood sugar.
Jazz, you okay? Jazz?
I gotta get up because I don't know what's going on and I'm getting nervous. So I'm kind of having like a PTSD moment because I don't know what's going on and it's really bothering me.
Can you hear me? Jazz? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Take a breath. Take a big breath.
I feel like she kind of is giving a good example of what not to do when taking a GLP-1 shot. Do your research before you decide to take these shots because you can really mess yourself up. And the producers kind of step in and give her she had a protein shake and, give her something to eat and drink and but I think she eventually decides to go to the hospital. So the next episode looks like she checks herself into the hospital because she's worried about how these symptoms that she's been feeling. So overall, again, I'm invested. I'm still on board with the show. They are speaking to me in my spirit. Do you guys feel the same? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Jazz is going to qualify for surgery? Do you think Nisha's ever going to get on board? Or do you think maybe she would want to lose the weight naturally? What are your takes? Let's share, let's discuss, let's dish, let's talk about it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.